guys, welcome back to Future Obsession. Today we have another fun episode. I'm here with two of my friends who are also incredible tech creators and tech geniuses. We have Kate Kozic over here, managing editor at Tom's Guide, and Isa Does Tech. You definitely have seen her online. That beautiful red hair. She stands out. So we are at Samsung Unpacked here in New York City. Yesterday was the big event. So much news. The foldables were the star of the show, in my opinion. So that's what we're going to be chatting about today. Want to start off with you guys. What is your number one takeaway? We're going to get more into it after, of course. But main takeaway, starting with you, Isa.
Okay, me. Well, I'm really impressed at how they were able to make things thinner, but at the same time, the battery capacities on these phones, like these are not like tiny phones with tiny batteries anymore. These are tiny phones with batteries that will last you. So I guess that's what excites me most because we're at that point in technology where they made that happen, So
Love it.
It's so thin. Like, oh, my mic. It is actually so thin. Yesterday, I was checking out this device against an original Z Fold that we had in the office. It's 48% thinner than the original Fold.
48% thinner?
48% thinner from the OG to this one. And I think even from 6 to 7, it's about 26%, I believe is the exact number. So that innovation and evolution of a foldable, it almost feels like why when we first had those big clunky foldables we were so worried about durability.
Right.
I think we were unhinged because
now
now I'm worried, right? Like the older versions of the Fold seem actually so much sturdier based on the size and weight, but this is like
for everyone who's
beautiful.
Just listening to this episode, if you are watching, head over to like YouTube or Spotify to actually watch this episode because we have the devices here with us. I'm also going to put stuff on screen so you guys can see comparisons too because it is pretty shocking.
Yeah.
So first impressions for you, how crazy thin and light.
Yeah.
Yours is batteries going crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I like tinier devices and once upon a time that was the main issue.
Yeah.
You have tiny phones, but then they never last you throughout the day. And so now that's been fixed.
I feel like it's going to be a wave of more people being like, hey, maybe this is the device for me. I might make the switch because of the battery and compactability, but we will definitely get into that. So I want to start off first talking about the Z Flip 7. Sorry, my Canadian just came out. The Z Flip 7. Is everyone confused when I said that? I'm so sorry.
My jaw dropped.
I know. Kate's like gave me like the weirdest
where
look.
are we?
The artist?
No. the alphabet in Canada goes to... Okay,
oh my
never
God.
mind. We're skipping over that. The Z Flip 7, guys. So this is what we see on TikTok, on social media as the girly pop phone. Like last year, I think the 6 is really what made this phone pop off and everyone got super excited about it. Videos went crazy. We know that. What are your guys' favorite things about the Z Flip 7?
So my favorite thing with the Z Flip 7 would be, oh my gosh, Gemini live on the cover screen.
Oh my gosh.
So we shot demos at their event. And basically this lady was like, oh, if I'm going to Korea, like which from these two tops should I wear? And it was literally using the camera to look at what outfits she was holding up. And I was like, that's really cool. But will it work with me? And like I was shooting my video yesterday and I tried to do the same thing. I was like, oh, we're going to a party. Like what between these two tops should I wear? And it picked out this tank top actually. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like which between these two pairs of shoes should I wear in New York? I probably like it's a party, but I probably will be walking, blah, 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 blah. And so the phone was like, oh, you can wear your boots because like it'll look more formal, but at the same time you can walk versus sneakers, which look informal. I'm like, oh, thank you so much, Gemini.
So last night we went to the Jaden Smith, Willow Smith concert with Samsung. Okay, pop off Samsung, giving us really cool events at night. And it actually picked out your full outfit?
It did my top and my shoes.
Okay.
Last minute I switched out my top. Because, girl things.
Girl things. Okay.
We have choice.
Yeah. I have freedom of choice. So like just like how I asked my friends and disagree with them,
Okay, fair.
I asked Gemini and disagreed with it.
You know, that's helpful when traveling because I'm always bothering my sister, but we're on different time zones. So, I mean,
Dude.
Gemini Live is going to be my assistant for
Oh,
so much.
Exactly, because like my camera roll was filled with like little videos of my little outfits because I was sending it to a friend. Last night I didn't send her outfits because I asked Gemini.
Oh.
And then your friend's now questioning if you guys are even still friends.
Yeah, I'm dropping her.
Gemini out here ruining relationships.
So, for all you that don't know, now the front screen, which is called the flex window, actually has the display from edge to edge. Like, it's the entire screen. So, we're actually able to utilize a ton of more features, including what Issa just mentioned, Gemini Live.
Yes.
Yeah, crazy.
The cover screen is my favorite part of the new phone.
Me too.
Even though we have the queen of flip phones here in Issa.
That really is.
That's how
No, that is you. You are always rocking the small compact phone to make sure it fits in your little purses. It's like
tiny little
my
purses.
little
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I highly recommend going to her Instagram to check out all the fits with the small phones. But for me, I don't want to have to open my phone in this case
Yes.
to do any, like to have to. I want to be able to get things done without going through that extra motion, right? Check a notification, send a text, get all the kind of information I need from like the now bar or, use Gemini, things like that. So the fact that the cover screen feels almost like it could be a small standalone iPhone, like it's almost giving like the mini size iPhone. I feel like Samsung hasn't had like a small one to kind of compare it to, but it is its own phone on the outside. And then when you open it up, it's just more of that, traditional tablet.
I totally agree. I also love the Now Brief. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
And with the S25 Ultra, I've been using that and enjoying when it gives me like, hey, your flight is going to board from here. Or I don't know, you've done this many steps. Like, I love that it gives me those prompts throughout the day. Are you guys utilizing the Now Brief? Do you think that you're going to utilize it more now that it's on the front window?
Oh, dude, definitely. Like, again, it's, I have this weird habit of like just walking around holding my phone and just like I glance at it every now and then. And like,
Muscle memory.
but it's also like now you can do that without unfolding. And I love that. I love that for me. And not to mention it's pink. So okay, it's not pink. Correction. It's not
I
pink.
do have it. I do have the pink.
I'm not falling for the coral red propaganda.
No,
it's
yeah,
pink.
yeah, I don't
It's
know why they
pink.
did that.
Thank
I
you
don't know
so
why
much.
they said coral red. I'm telling you right now, this is fuchsia pink, and there's no like question about it. All my
This is red.
Yes.
this
That's
is
not
Good
red.
comparison.
Yeah, compared
Yeah.
to you here.
We need to do like a poll.
Dude, yeah.
We need to do a poll. Wait,
Stop actually, it. Whoa! It just changed color with my dress.
wait. No,
Wait.
I'm confused.
Wait, no, it goes.
Wait.
Put it back
Put
with
it
the
back,
sparkly
yeah.
pink top.
When it's with my sparkly pink top, it looks pinker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it matches your shoes and your top. But when you give it to her,
I
it
haven't
matches
had
the
enough
nails and
coffee for this.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be.
I think it's a shape-shifting color, to be quite honest.
Dude, you know that viral clip of the blue and gold dress?
Yes.
Like this is gonna be the next one. Because like how does it match you and her at the same time?
I will say Samsung has always done a really nice job with the colorways for phones. They all tend to have this amorphous color shift to it. It's this treatment that it does that almost at times, they were the first people to really be doing the iridescent style phones,
Yes.
remember? With like,
yes.
it looks green, blue, purple, every single color.
The very first flip
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
this purple iridescent, like shifty color. That's so pretty. I love that.
So speaking of colors, we obviously have the basic colors that we always have every year, but now we have coral red, but also mint blue.
Oh.
That's what it's called. We don't have that one here. It's an online exclusive, but we got to see it yesterday and it's really nice.
It's
I've
really
been
nice.
naming it Tiffany blue because that's the color it is.
Yeah.
And everyone in the comments is like, Kat, you're right.
Honestly, I really feel like Samsung should we can be their color naming panel. We can help them with naming next year so that we get the right labels for these colors.
You're right.
I think at least for the flip, that's what they should be doing because flip phones are being positioned as like a lifestyle piece of tech, right? They are very fashion forward. Motorola, by comparison, does a really nice job at working with Pantone and having a lot of intention around the colors and material science and all that. things that shows there's a lot of intention behind it. I think maybe Samsung could learn a lesson or two, because even just your video, so fire. Naming it Tiffany Blue, it almost like blew my mind. Duh, that's why it's so nice. Like mint, sure, but when you put that kind of fashion name, that luxury behind it, I think it totally transforms the way you look at these devices.
That's so true. And now going back to what you said about fashion, I feel like this is the perfect like creator device in my opinion, because of the ability to just flip it like this and record yourself on this front
Yeah.
screen. Now with all of the more features on the flex window, we actually have a lot more things we can do with the like photo capabilities. Here, I have it here with us, and you can just like swipe and slide and have access to more things like zooming in. It has an auto zoom feature now.
Dude, you know what? Okay, I have tiny hands, which is why I like tiny phones and tiny purses. Like they're all connected. But it was so easy for me to shoot with one hand and the zooms on this. And because it's a wider screen and then they put the new like easier controls on it, like I could do it with one hand, and I rarely am able to do that with phones, let me tell you. So that's fun.
It's also good. We have the 50 megapixel camera on that, like the back camera, but then it's the selfie camera when you're taking photos. So I feel like that's
I
really
knew you were going to love that. I can't wait to see your camera comparisons.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm just waiting to get home to my perfect lighting setup, because then we can really tell, because the hotel lighting isn't giving. But I did post a video on TikTok yesterday showing what the camera quality looks like on the Z Flip 7 shot directly on the camera and then uploaded to TikTok. And people are very impressed. Do you guys
That's
feel like
impressed? How though? Was it like comments comparing it to previous gen or even just other flagship phones?
Comparing it to previous generations.
Cool.
And they said when I'm looking at it on an iPhone, it looks a little worse than when I'm watching it from another Samsung device.
Interesting.
I feel like that is what a lot of the comments are saying. But when I'm looking at it on either device and I'm looking at my old videos of the Z Flip 6, I notice kind of like a night and day difference. Not even gonna lie.
Gotcha. No, but that's very important because optimization when it comes to social media, aside from the camera quality, like I feel like it's underrated. Like
It
you
is.
can have great cameras, but if they're not optimized for like social media, like people aren't gonna want to use the phone because what are you gonna do then? Like shoot with one phone and then what? Like have another phone to upload it on? Like you can't have that
Unless you're a
right?
tech creator like us. So why would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, so that's great to hear actually because I get it. Like there are so many comments, people going like, "Oh, hey, I don't know what's wrong with my camera because like it was good when I shot it, but when I put it up, like it's just not giving."
Yeah.
And then so yeah.
Well, that's why we got to make videos like that so people can see and make the decision for themselves. Because when I'm looking at it through my own device screen, I'm like, oh, that looks fire. And then other people will be like, no, from my whatever phone might not be as good. So it depends.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking it's looking really great. I'm excited to make more camera comparisons. I know me and Issa are filming vlogs today.
Or at least we're trying. We're trying hard to do that.
We're doing it, girl. We've been vlogging.
Hold each other accountable.
I mean, yes.
Issa's tired. She came all the way from
Manila.
Okay. She had a long flight.
Well, it's also like they did launch a couple of things. Like they didn't just launch one phone, right? They launched like the Z Flip 7, but they also launched an FE.
Okay.
Which is a very interesting thing because now we're seeing the very first flip FE device. And it's like, I get it. I get why you're launching a more affordable flip phone. I feel like it's something that'll allow people who are, sort of maybe just thinking of getting a flip phone, but like aren't quite ready to put in like the investment on a flip phone. Like I feel like that's an easy choice.
So the FE. So the price of this device, the Z Flip 7, is $1,009.
Yeah.
In the US.
Yeah.
In the US. What is it on the FE? Is it like 800?
I think it's
$899.
$899. Starting in the US. Yeah, and I think that's starting with 128 gigabytes.
Okay, what is the difference? I know the flex window is a little smaller. It looks like the 6 flex window, tiny bit smaller. Okay, so that's your couple $100 right there.
I think it's basically like a phone that's very similar to the 6.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it runs on a different chip. Of course, we have yet to compare that to like the 6 or the 7, but like it's the chip, I believe, but hardware wise, it very much is similar to the 6, I would say. So you get the option for bigger screen or less screen, but I mean, again, options. That's good.
Yeah.
I think if Samsung, instead of making a new phone, just continued to sell the 6 at a discounted price, it probably would have achieved the same thing. With this FE, I have a hard time thinking that that would be necessarily the right choice between the low storage for that price, just how much more you would get by jumping up $200, right? It's not enough of a price difference for me. I think if they were able to drop it down another $100, $300, that's a big decision for a lot of people, right? I think that would have really made the difference. But again, we'll have to see. We didn't get review units of the
We
FE
haven't been
yet.
testing out the FE yet. So I think once we do, and I'm able to really see differences like hands-on day in the life experience,
Yeah.
it'll be a little
I'm
easier.
skeptical.
But
I just thought of another thing, another selling point for the 6 versus the FE: colors.
true.
The 6 has more colors, and the FE comes in black and white.
That's it. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Selling point for me definitely is the bigger display. So if I
Mhm.
was on a 6, I would upgrade to the 7
Yeah.
just based on the front display alone, because that's what I utilize the most whenever I'm filming videos on it, or like I'm always doing like camcorder mode, and I think that's so fun. I love whipping that out with family and friends, and just like as I'm shooting in the mirror or just taking selfies in the mirror, I'm always using camcorder mode. Is that something you guys use too? Or am I just like hyper obsessed?
Dude, I do I flip it up, and this is how I shoot like my outfits and my quick stories of like outfit checks. Like
Yeah.
In
I
flex
prop
mode.
in flex mode.
flex mode,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. So I love it because I get I get to see if I'm in the frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're usually traveling. We're usually like shooting alone. Like that just helps me so.
If you don't have an Instagram boyfriend, is that what they call it?
So,
Instagram
yes.
husband, you can just use your flex
Flex mode,
flex
and then
mode and take photos
okay,
and videos
see,
of yourself.
now I don't need a friend to help me with my outfits, and I
Or
don't
your
need
unboxings.
or my unboxing, and I don't need an Instagram boyfriend to help me shoot my stuff. So we're strong, independent women.
Love that.
Yeah.
So Samsung called this phone the pocket-sized AI powerhouse.
Mhm.
I do have to agree with that
Mhm.
statement. I'm a huge Gemini user. Like that is my daily AI toolkit. Google Gemini has my heart. Love that now we have it on the front flex window, flex
Yeah.
screen, whatever we call it. Are you guys using Gemini? What's your favorite features?
Still, again, it's I can imagine, like, aside from the outfits, right? I can imagine using Gemini Live for when I'm doing other things. Like, you could like have it on, like, is it called tent mode? Like when it's upside down, but it's
Tent mode.
tent mode. Yeah.
Tent.
You can have it on tent mode, and like, okay, weird random thing about me. Like, I have just started cooking food for my dog.
Okay.
Very random. So I was in this like deep rabbit hole of like creators cooking for their dogs. So I tried doing that, and it's like, let me tell you, I'm not great in the kitchen. I'm a mess. But it's also like, because it's a very hyper specific thing and I need information. Like, I could imagine myself like with this phone on tent mode, just asking it like, hey, can I put squash
Yeah.
in what I'm cooking for my dog? And they can answer, and like it's hands free. And so it's not only just like doing things on your phone without opening the phone, it's doing things with your phone hands free. And because of the unique form factor of this phone, like I love how it props up, because otherwise I'd have it propped up on like a bottle of water, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that's gonna fail, and then I'm gonna make a bigger mess. So
I have been using Gemini as my co-creator in a way. Like, I'm the type of person who I need to talk out every idea that runs through my head before I
true.
execute it. Like, right? Like, the voices in my own head only take me so far. So if I'm not calling my mom, my sister, friends, I want to have someone to kind of bounce my ideas off of. And I am a avid believer that your first idea is never the best one. You have to chat things out.
Mhm.
So whether I'm writing a bridesmaid speech or scripting videos, or hey, what would be a good idea to launch a new show on TikTok? Let's talk about ideas and then feedback in real time. I would say that's been the number one benefit of using a tool like Gemini. However, going forward and how it's going to be integrated with One UI 8 on the new Flip and Fold would be the ability to screenshot and ask contextual questions through your screenshots. I don't really care so much in my current existence about using the camera to actually say what's in front of me. The outfit suggestions are great. For me, I'm never it's just not like what I would be using the feature for. But if I can show it what's on my screen and say, hey, for shopping, like I love this, like can we talk about what this is like? How can I recreate this at home? Not just circle to search where I want to go buy it, but hey, I love how this is going to be so niche, but Bronco and Alice and Olivia just came out with a new collection together, and I love both lines. But the jacket is a $700 denim jacket with patches. I would love to take a screenshot of the collection and say, like, how could I DIY a look like this and make a jacket that looks like this? And that kind of conversation starter through me not having to describe what it is or take a screenshot and then upload it, to me, it seems like it can be a game changer.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, now I'm holding you to that, Kate. Can you start DIYing that? That's really cool.
I'm a low-key DIY queen. I love some fabric glue. So we'll see. Maybe on the next episode.
On the next episode, with help of Gemini.
No, that's actually such a great idea for a video or even a story on the site, just about like using it to go through a project start to finish.
Like, actually do something like that. I know we've seen demos they show on the like press releases of, someone using it to help them fix a bike or things like that, walking around a city. I think these are really fun, but I did see a video on TikTok last night and I thought it was so cool. This guy used it. Sorry, I'm getting so many notifications because I have 3 phones right here. Whoa. Where the guy used it, where he had Gemini Live looking at his entire apartment. He was walking through it. He's like, hey, I don't know where my keys are. And he just like walked through his apartment and Gemini was like, hey, they're on your counter. And then he's like, hey, I don't know where my sweater is. And then Gemini's like, hey, I don't see it anywhere in your kitchen or living room. Can you go over to your bedroom? Maybe it's there.
Girl, wait, stop. I'm actually getting goosebumps because I'm a messy person, and you know, with what we do, we get boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff like every day. So my apartment is always a mess. I did once lose my house keys and found it months later. So, I mean, this is going to help me so much. Quality of life wise, it's amazing. And to Kate's point, like, I hard agree. I feel like when it comes to a lot of AI tools, a big issue that people have is like the barrier to entry really is like trying to put in information in the AI, like trying to verbalize stuff. And then like that's when the AI, or in this case Gemini, can answer back with like actual substantial like information, right? So it's like this time around, you don't even need to like type it out or like spell it out to them. You can just open your camera. You can just share your screen. And that's amazing. I feel like it's going to be a game changer.
And a lot of people don't even know it exists. That's the thing. But now with having it on the front screen, it's so much easier. 2 clicks and you get Gemini Live. 1 click and there you are using Gemini. And it's a lot easier for people to just discover on their own or just use it in their everyday life. Like for me, it's definitely helped me in so many more ways than I can even list on this podcast, right? But now the everyday user will see it there and be like, oh, let me check this out. Let me see if I'm actually going to use this all the time. It's right there. Yeah. I'm really excited. And I also use it all the time for talking out ideas of like, hey, I'm going on stage and I'm going to go say this, this, and this. Do you think that sounds good? Or do you think that I sound monotone or too excited or things like that? So that's a fun way.
It can analyze your tone?
It can analyze your tone.
You girls are giving me so many ideas. Like, I mean, what?
I didn't know that.
We can make more than dog food.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I think that's what's so great about Gemini, or like having AI as your buddy. Like, just as this conversation has proven, there are so many different use cases. Like, your imagination's the limit here. Like, how do you use this tool. And like from making dog food to hashing out ideas to analyzing your tone. Like, how random is that? But it's all the same thing and on your cover screen.
Just to bring this back to Samsung too, I think it's really important to emphasize that Google and Samsung are working together to bring a lot of these features to Samsung devices 1st. They've had this really long-standing partnership. I think it's when you talk about Galaxy AI, Gemini, you can't have a conversation about one without the other, at least in the context of Samsung phones. So for people who are interested in adopting these features, it's looking more and more like going with a Samsung device will be the best way to
Absolutely.
embrace them.
I think so too. And there's a ton of photo editing features that we have to talk about when we talk about the Fold, because we will have a bigger screen. So let's start talking about the Fold now,
Yeah.
actually. This is so shocking to me. When I first saw it, I was blown away because, I've tested Folds in the past, have them, but it wouldn't be my first choice based upon how heavy it is, how thick it is. That's just a little chunky, maybe not like cute and girly like the rest of my devices. But I don't know if you guys can see this. If you're not watching it on video, look at the phone you have right now and look at your USB-C port. That is how thin this device is. And then when you close it up, it's honestly thinner than any other device. Like, it's actually crazy.
Dude, that's exactly. I hard agree because when the Fold first came out, it just, again, tiny hands. It just felt a little weird to me because when you're using it, you feel that it is a bigger screen folded, and that like it is quite sizable, like again with my tiny hands. But this time around, it's the size of an other normal phones when it's folded. So it's like that makes so much difference in the hand feel, as they would say. So now when it's folded, it's just like a regular phone. Unfolded, you get that big screen. I think that makes such a difference. Like, especially because like this is highly anticipated. People have wanted for the Fold design to be improved for a while. I think they stuck with like their hardware for a few years, if I'm not mistaken. And finally we get it, and it did not disappoint.
And I also feel like it's more durable. Like, we have the new Armor Flex Hinge. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna try to I'm not gonna try.
it.
But it doesn't feel like it's not sturdy. It feels like
Yeah.
it's good in my hand. We also feel that the camera, it like comes out a little bit. The camera is jutting out, but it doesn't make a big difference, and I feel like it's not that crazy.
This is actually more lightweight than the S25
I
Ultra.
actually have the S25
That
Ultra
is
here.
what's wild to me. It's very subtle, but it still is,
You
which
can feel it. Look, test it out. It
Oh,
is.
dude.
So yesterday, actually, right after the event, we actually got to go into a secondary room where they showed us all the devices, and they had a scale. Did you guys test out the scale?
I did not see the scale. There were so many things happening. Like, I missed the scale.
So they actually put a ton of different things. We had the Fold
Okay.
is lighter than the S25 Ultra. We know that.
Yes, we know that because
Yeah,
thing is
You can tell.
it's not much, but it is.
Yeah.
I think
It
it's
is.
a couple
It is.
grams difference.
215 grams,
Uh-huh.
and the S25 is 218 grams, I believe. So it's a tiny bit, but
It's
it is
amazing.
lighter. But for that gigantic screen you're getting,
Yeah.
what is it, 8 inches? You're getting a
Mhm.
lot lighter. We also compared it to yesterday, a fruit of an apple. It's lighter than an apple.
Uh-huh.
It's lighter than a little bag of chips.
What?
It was lighter than so many different items that you wouldn't think it is, but it was pretty impressive. And I think people are gonna like that because that was one of the reasons I wouldn't go for this phone before.
Yeah.
I have a small purse. I like things
Yeah.
light. I'm carrying around so many things already.
Yeah.
But if I'm getting a bigger screen that I can edit on,
Uh-huh.
I would go for this.
And I think it's also like the whole scenario of there were people who, what they didn't like about the previous folds would be the ratio of the cover screen. Like, some people thought it was a little too narrow.
Mm-hmm.
And this time around, again, you're not compromising that cover screen at all. I mean, again, it's the same size screen, right?
Yeah,
Same
you're
size
right.
screen as the S25 Ultra. So you get that, and then you get the big display, as opposed to the argument of, oh, you get a Fold 6, you get a big display, but like folded, you get like that different ratio, right? The
Mhm.
more narrow cover screen.
In terms of the design changes and upgrades that Samsung made, it's going to be one of those things that once I show you, you're not going to be able to unsee it. Are you ready?
Oh, I want to see this.
The camera cutout
Oh, that's true.
on the previous gen Folds, it was an in-display camera, 4 megapixels. So because of that camera quality and the needs, it could live within the display and you could have that like uninterrupted tablet. But by upgrading this internal camera to 10 megapixels, there needs to be the punch. And I don't know about you, but I cannot envision any scenario where I'm going to take a photo with this interior camera.
I feel like if we're taking a group selfie, I would do that so I can see us all on this big screen.
So
But why wouldn't you use the ultra wide?
True.
So I
but
have
look,
an-
we can see all of us, whole family.
I have an unpopular opinion here. Like, I've always wanted to do like calls with the phone open
Okay.
and using that camera on the screen. Because how else would you do the call?
Oh, okay. So if you're
So-
doing a video call like this.
Yes. And I never wanted to use that in
'Cause it was
display camera because
not
it was
good.
not.
And now,
Not
now
good.
it's actually
And
good.
now it's good. So I can do that. Like,
But the whole punch.
Yeah, I can't unsee it, but I feel like if I had that big of a like screen, it wouldn't bother me that much. Well, we're gonna do a day in the life with it and see.
we're going to find out when we test out the phones.
That was something that you've seen a lot of comments about.
Yeah, that's the number one thing. And it was like moment ruin for me when we were doing a comparison video side by side with the previous gen. It made some people angry. Let's just say that.
Well, at least we have the 200 megapixel camera on the back, though. That's a big boy. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. Why would I be using that when
facts. When we
this
the best-
camera has been totally upgraded? It's ultra level. The fact that this isn't called the Z Fold 7 Ultra,
Yeah.
we asked Samsung and they didn't really have much to say other
They're probably like,
than
that's a good idea next time.
Again, Samsung naming panel. We got you.
colors and phone names.
Now, are you a Fold user?
If I'm using my Samsung device, yeah. I've actually been rocking with my Z Fold 5 for 2 years.
Really?
Aw.
Yeah, I love it. I game on it a lot.
Okay.
That's something that I'm interested, though, in the new devices. Going back to Gemini, the ability to take those screenshots while you're gaming and get contextual answers for how do I beat this level,
Oh, wow.
or
That's
that
a
was like
cheat code.
I know it's
Kate.
such like a little
Whoa.
add-on, but I'm always switching between like the app and my web browser or YouTube for walkthrough tips or how do I beat this level. I'm not going to stress over a game I'm playing. I'm going to get the advice on how to beat the level, just for the record. So that on this screen is one of my favorite things. I also travel with it quite a bit for content. It's, you know, I have used small tablets before and they're great, but I feel like sometimes the line gets drawn really quickly in terms of functionality and how much you actually can do. At one point, I'm just kind of carrying around a glorified Netflix streamer. But this kind of solves both of that for me. I did not feel the need to upgrade last year with the 6. I wrote a story about it. I think I did a video as well, how just didn't quite have enough for me. But this changes it for sure.
Even though you're a hater of the hole punch.
Even though I'm a hater of the hole punch, the materials, the thinness, the bigger display, the external screen feeling like a more normal orientation, this feels like leaps ahead of my 5. I was using it this morning. I'm testing out the Galaxy Watch 8. And I felt really sad. I was like,
Good, rest in
wow,
peace.
this is like so outdated now.
Really?
That does make me worry a little bit about these foldables, like at the rate of innovation. If you're investing so much in it, how quickly until the technology has, you know, exponentially improved. So Samsung is trying to offer a little bit of peace of mind with 7 years of OS and security updates. But who's to say in 2 years from now, this won't be, you know, 20% thinner than it is. Isn't that
Dude,
wild to
Makes me
think
excited.
of?
It makes me excited. We'll have to do another podcast then.
Yeah.
And we'll have this one. On.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. But For me, there's no you don't feel the crease on this one. So is there a big there's definitely a big like leap from the 5
Feel the crease? No, you still can see the crease. I
on
think
certain angles.
people who say that complain about seeing the crease, like if that's your complaint with foldable phones, get out of the conversation. Like,
I mean, honestly, the thing folds. So there's going to be a crease at some point, whether it's noticeable or not. It's just, is it physics? It's physics. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense for something to fold and not have a crease.
Okay, feel this though. This doesn't
mean,
really
you
feel
can't
like,
really feel it. You're
Dude,
right.
which I like. If I'm editing something, like
Uh-huh.
that's one of the selling points for me as a content creator, as someone who just loves taking photos and videos, even just for fun. I'm excited to edit on this device using all the new AI tools that are integrated into it. We have the 200 megapixel camera. Editing on a large screen is incredible for me, especially when I'm on the go. I don't want to have to pull out my laptop or things like that. If I can edit and not feel the crease, now that's where I'm sold.
How about especially now that you can look at the original side by side? That was really cool.
Yes. There's so many ways content creators can utilize flip phones that I don't think we even know.
Yeah.
And that's like makes me excited as a content creator to make videos about that because that's what I'm thinking when things are announced. When I'm watching editing tutorials, I'm like, yeah, there's so many ways I can utilize that to make my workflow a little quicker, maybe even see the comparisons like you said. And also with the larger screen, we do have so much more functionality for productivity and multitasking.
Dude, and again, Gemini is optimized for that larger screen. They had so many demos at the event, and like one of the demos was this guy trying to design his home, and he just decided to share his screen to Gemini. So it was an email of chair suggestions, and then like he basically was like, "Oh, this is a picture of my room. Like, which chair would be best?" And then like again, screen share, Gemini, and that was the question. No inputting, like no describing the chair. Like one is a white chair with a green back, or like Gemini can see the screen, and then you're done. That's a question answered. You move on. Like I love how, like for me, I think the theme of the whole launch was hardware plus AI.
Yeah.
And like it was absolutely amazing to see them figure out ways to utilize the hardware. So for the flip, that cover screen situation, for the fold, the whole we have a wide screen, how do we utilize Gemini? And I feel like that's a good direction they're going because I don't know with you guys, but for me, like I found it like as a tech creator, I wasn't like I was getting tired of all the AI announcements. You know what I mean? Like there are so many coming out the last year, but AI coupled with the hardware specifically, like that excites me because then now I'm not only thinking about like how to talk to AI, I'm also realizing the different use cases with the new hardware. Like that's fun for me.
A lot of people also don't realize that this is the first time that Samsung's One UI is available and launching with this at the same time as the Android version that's shipping on the phone. It's a really big deal. I really don't think that in general can be overstated because pairing the experiences and optimizing them for the fold is possible through One UI. That's Samsung's side of things, just so everyone kind of knows. That's what they call the additions they make or tweaks they make to Android to suit Samsung services, Samsung devices, things like that. So I can tell that was at the forefront in terms of planning for this year, not to release One UI later, because then some of these features that you're talking about theoretically wouldn't have been available. But they clearly had to work together to they being Samsung and Google to allow that to be the case for the Z series this year.
Yeah, I think that like this is what the seventh generation of these foldables, and like once upon a time when these foldables first launched, it was great hardware, but then I felt like to me there was always a oh it would be great if it could do this. You know what I mean? Like, oh sure, you have a flip phone, you have a cover and eventually a cover screen, but like it would be great if the cover screen would do this or that, or if it would be great if that big screen could do this. But I feel like we're at that point where I'm actually like very happy with it. Like I'm actually, because I've been sold on the hardware,
Yeah.
but now like how you're able to use that hardware is like a way different selling point to me. And it's like it's again like it's not very hard to be sold on these devices.
I see that in my comments every day. People are like, "I'm so excited." Like yesterday, videos are popping off of people in the comments being like, "Oh my god, I might switch now because of your video." So I'm excited to make a lot of content
Mhm.
on it, just as a tech creator, but also just as a fan of devices, as a cutesy girly who likes pink and cute stuff. It excites me. As someone who utilizes AI every day, it excites me.
Mhm.
I am team flip, but I'm gonna be trying the fold, so maybe I'll also be team fold. What are you, Issa?
I'm definitely a team flip
Team
girly.
flip?
Like obviously, like I mean,
You're the captain of Flip.
Yeah, she is the CEO of Team Flip
but the thing
on the
is
internet.
though, the thing is though, with how thin the fold is,
I know.
I'm, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll see. We'll see.
Come to the fold side.
Onto the fold side. I love it. Any last thoughts or things that excited you from the announcements, or just things that you're excited to test out with the devices?
I mean, honestly, I just can't wait to take more cover flex flex window.
Flex window
Flex
photos?
window selfies.
Yep.
That's where it's at.
Well, we are vlogging today, girl, on the devices.
I'm gonna have
So
to shoot more stuff after this. I
we're
guess.
doing that. What about you, Kate?
I know we didn't talk about it today, but I'm sure you're going to do some content with it soon. I'm really excited about the watches this year. You have the Issa has the Galaxy Watch 8 on. There's also a Galaxy Watch 8 Classic that has the rotating bezel.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I'm not entirely sold on the redesign. I get why they did it, and if you actually feel it, it does feel like a more comfortable wear. The sensor doesn't hit my wrist bone quite as hard as it has in the past. But tying back to a lot of our conversations today, this is the first smartwatch with Gemini on wrist.
Yes.
And it can run without your phone. It needs Wi-Fi, or if you choose to get LTE, that would work as well. So it still is an internet service. However, if your phone's not around, not a problem. That's kind of different to some competitors who are trying to integrate AI on the wrist, but you still need your phone because all the computing is actually happening there. But the watch is able to do it on its own. And I think for me, having my conversations with Gemini, I'm really interested to see how much I can embrace using it on my wrist. We talked about the Now bar as well. That's now on the watch. So it's like having those live updates there. You can track when you have a workout open, you can X out, go to other apps, and it'll still have a little notification telling you the duration of your workout. So I really like those improvements, and I'm excited to spend some time with the watch the next couple weeks.
I love that. We can't wait to watch your reviews and see
Watch
all that.
them.
Yeah,
Watch
exactly.
the watch.
Watch the watch. Now, for our final question, I want to ask you two girls, what is your current obsession? Doesn't have to be tech, just like your future obsession.
My current obsession.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say making dog food. No, I'm kidding. My current obsession really, I would say, is I told you earlier, it's talking to Gemini through this cover screen. Like that's what I've been
On
doing.
brand.
That's what
On brand.
like, girl, let me tell you, like I talk a lot.
We know. No.
No, I mean you guys know. You guys know. But it's like it, waking up early in the morning, hashing out first thing, like, okay, I'm a little like nervous about this event I'm gonna go to. Like all of a sudden I have something to talk to. And it's just there without needing to open my phone. Like I love that. I love that actually.
Aw, that is so cute. Kate?
It's not going to be nearly as on brand with this episode, but I am big on my Kindle right now.
Ooh.
I go through phases, but summer reading go hand in hand. I've been rolling through books. I've discovered fantasy books. I think that's part of like the steps of your late 20s is discovering fantasies, and that like you love like bats and vampires and all that stuff. Anyway, I've been really loving my Kindle. I joined a book club.
Oh my god.
And that's been inspiring me to like read books that maybe I wouldn't have thought to. I don't like all of them, but I get through them, and then we go out for like a glass of wine once a month and talk about the book. So that's been my thing, and I've never been a big reader like at all my whole life. So
we started a book club.
We should. We should get our Kindles. I have a pink Kindle, actually, the
Oh.
Paperwhite, so it would match perfectly. Honestly, it is kind of corally, too. I bet
Wow.
you if you put the colors side by side with the Flip 7, it'd be really close.
Okay, that's really exciting. Nice. Something I'm really excited about is that me and Kate are both going to San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, nice.
We are. Are we doing a podcast from Comic-Con?
Oh my gosh, we should. All right, everyone, listen up. Guess I'm headed there. I made this decision about 45 minutes ago when me and Kate sat down, actually, before we started rolling. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I love the geek world. I'm super into it. So
It's a fun time. Get your cosplay ready.
Okay, I want to see this, guys.
I don't cosplay,
Take
but
selfies. Send them to me.
I'll
I
wear a
would
cute
love to
fit.
see you guys.
This idea. Gemini helps me come up with my cosplay
Wait,
for
stop.
Comic-Con. DIY it, whole
Stop,
thing.
you
And then I'll say, but like, don't
do
be
not
too
hold me
dramatic.
to this.
And then I'll say, like, Gemini, though, don't be too dramatic. Like, I still want to be like
No.
chill.
Oh my gosh. You know what you can do though? You can like
Nervous.
go to your Instagram, screen share, and then Gemini, this is my style.
Oh,
Right?
Based on
Gemini,
my feed.
Based on my feed and my personal style, can you make me an outfit for San Diego and then you're done. Because now you don't need to feed it that again, screen share, right?
You know what? Then I don't have to go and buy new outfits. I can actually just like recycle things I already own.
Dude.
And if Gemini actually starts
Founding is what
remembering-
that's called, by the way.
Founding?
When you subtly dress up as some type of nod to a character or something, but like with your normal street clothes, like maybe you wear the same color that they would wear like a
Cool.
belt that kind of ties it in. So maybe
Cool.
not full cosplay. Maybe we'll go founding.
Okay, we're getting too out of hand. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to this episode. As always, thanks to my guests. You guys are great. I know you're tired. We've had a long week, but y'all showed up. We're vlogging. We're filming. We're excited about these new devices. Where can my audience find you?
You can find me on YouTube. That's Isa Does Tech. And then everywhere else, Instagram, Twitter, and TikToks, that's Isa Does _
I got two for you. It's at Kate Kozich or at Tom's Guide.
Love it. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you on the next episode of Future Obsession. Bye.